What a day for the stock market today, guys. The S&P, the Dow, the NASDAQ, the Russell, all of them went crazy today to the upside. We almost had the NASDAQ up 3% on the day, so we got to break down a lot in this video. Stocks, charts, earnings, so sit back, relax, take a sip of your water, and let's get right into the video. So check it out. Like I said, every index went up over 1.5%. In fact, all of them went up over 2%, except for the Dow Jones Industrial Average, which still did very well, up 1.6%. But again, we almost had a 3% green day for the NASDAQ, which is pretty crazy. We had the VIX down 3%, and I think we had the metals down last I checked. Actually, now the metals are up, but that could just be an after-hours move. Currently, the silver futures are up 0.3%. Gold is up 0.1%. And moving forward here, guys, Friday, tomorrow, and for next week, and mind you, next week, Monday, the markets are closed. It's Memorial Day, and crazy enough, it's also my birthday this upcoming Monday, guys, so that's going to be pretty cool. So the markets are closed on Monday, and then obviously we're back to normal Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So for next week and for tomorrow, I'm going to be watching $410 here on SPY, which we got to today pretty much, right around 408, and we failed at that point. We closed at 405 on the day. So I want to see, do we break out of 410? Do we get rejected? Maybe we start falling back under these moving averages on this 20-day chart. That is what I'm looking out for. So 410, 415 are my two upside, alerts right now. You guys can see them here on the 20-day. And now that I'm thinking about it, might as well set one for the downside, right? Let me do a mark is at or below $400. There we go. So for triple Q, I'm going to be watching on the upside $310, 308 to 310, which was that high from the middle of May. And on the downside, we're going to set an alert at maybe 295. If this starts breaking back under 295, so let's do that now, mark is at or below, that's not going to be too great of a sign, and especially if we dump under these moving averages, which are right around 292 here on the 20-day chart. That means bears could be back, and we might be taking the lows out at that point in time. So let's see, guys. Time will tell. Let me get some water. Give me a second here, guys. There we go. Time will tell. It's a long weekend. Who knows? We might get some bad news over the weekend, or maybe we don't get any bad news. We're smooth sailing through the weekend. Monday comes around. Tuesday, all of a sudden, the green might continue. We have to just wait and play it out and see how things are going, and, of course, how tomorrow ends up playing out as well. So we had a lot of wild moves in the markets today. Macy's closed up almost 20%. Alibaba up 15%. GameStop up 11%. Carnival Cruise Line up 8.5%. Voyager, Tesla up 7%. Square's up 7%. So a lot of massive moves in the markets today. And before we dive deeper into maybe some of those stocks, let's look at Costco. COST. Let's pull it up, guys. Costco, they reported earnings right after the bell today, and you can see the stock is down a little bit here. Let me pull up the intraday chart. You can see they closed right around 464, and right now after the bell, they're chilling right around $455 a share, down, let's see here, about, let me double check, 2%, so nothing crazy. You guys remember Target, you guys remember Walmart, those got destroyed after they reported, so the fact that Costco's not down much, that's a good sign. And I guess you can say Costco did get hit because of those companies, so they already sold off a couple of days ago, actually more like a week ago at this point, so they already got hit from Target, Walmart, and they've recovered since. So let's see what happens at this point. They did EPS. Let me pull it up on the live news tab. I saw earlier that I'm pretty sure they beat. And they beat sales. They did EPS of $3.04, $3.04 estimated versus $3.03. So pretty much right in line with the EPS. And sales beat by over $1 billion, guys, or right around $1 billion. $52.6 billion versus $51.76 billion estimated. So nice double beat for Costco. And let me see here. Anything on sales? Let's see here. It looks like they missed. That's right. I was reading that in an article earlier. They missed on same-store sales. I think they were supposed to do 11% growth or something like that, and they came in a little bit under that. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that, guys, but they missed on same-store sales, and they double beat. And again, it looks like they're pretty much flat. I mean, they are down a little bit, but nothing too crazy here after the bell. So for Costco on the 4-hour chart, let's see what's going on in the grand scheme of things here. We are now fighting the 50 moving average. So I think I called out Costco a couple of days ago. I mentioned it when it was at about 405, 410, 415. I said a relief rally could be in store. Now we got that rally. And at this 50 SMA, 455, 460, which is right where we are now, this is where the next main resistance is. And this is really the point where we got a break for this rally to continue. So I'm going to just put my alert, 465. Let's see what it does there today. Or rather tomorrow. Mark is at or above 465, and if we break out of there, the next gap I have filling is right to 485 to about $500 a share. So not too bad for Costco's earnings. And obviously, guys, we could dive deeper into it, but there's a bunch of other ones that I also want to break down. So make sure you all smash that like button, subscribe if you find value in these videos, and don't forget to get your free money from Moomoo. 5 stocks, each up to $2,500 with a $100 deposit. Link down below. And if you want a free share of Twitter on top of those 5 stocks, all you got to do is deposit at least $2,000. And if you don't like Moomoo, take out all your money. You keep the free share of Twitter. You keep the other 5 stocks. It is literally free money, guys. Link down below. And you could also get 6 stocks from Webull. Also linked down below. Helps out the channel. And it's free money for you guys. It's a win-win. I appreciate you all as always. And with that being said, let's go into the next one, which is Ulta, ULTA, guys. Let's pull it up. Holy crap, look at that. And this is actually the first time I'm looking at Ulta. Ulta closed at 377 and went up 7% on the day. And now after the bell, it is up over $400. Holy crap. So it went to 430. Now it's at 403. So initially, this thing shot up 13%, and now it's sitting up about 6.5%. Still a very big move after the bell. So let's see what's going on. Live news tab. Let's see here. Holy crap. That is a big beat. They crushed EPS, $6.30 versus $4.46 estimated. So they destroyed that by almost $2 per share. And when it comes to sales, $2.35 billion versus $2.12 billion estimated. So double beat for Ulta Beauty. And for full year revenue for 22, they see 9.35 to 9.55 billion versus 9.05 to 9.15 billion prior guidance, and that's for revenue, and that's against the 9.18 billion estimated. So not only did they double beat, but they're also guiding up for revenue more than what the analysts were expecting for full year 22. That is amazing. What more can you ask for, right, guys? So this stock is ripping, and it looks like they also raised their full year 22 outlook for EPS. So, I mean, literally, they're hitting on all cylinders right now, and the markets are rewarding the stock for that. And it's pretty evident, right? Look at this. The stock closed at 377. Now it's up over $400. And if I pull up the 4-hour chart, take a look. We are now fighting with the recent highs here on the 4-hour, which shows the past couple of months. So at this point, Ulta, guys, look, 415 to 420. That was resistance all throughout the middle of October to about the beginning of January. And you guys can see the all-time high is right around 438, which was hit back in the end of April. So we are at a point where now that we're over 400, we're at 403 after the bell. Let's see if we can start making that push to about 420, 430. And I think that push could come. And that is where things are going to be interesting, because are we going to get that big push from the bulls? Are we going to get buying pressure through that 430, 438 level of resistance? Or are we going to get selling pressure there to maybe knock down Ulta back towards the mid 300s to high 300s level? Because that's also still possible. It is still on the cards. Who knows? Maybe we get a huge wave of profit taking after this report. But then again, listen, think about it, guys. They guided up revenue guided up EPS. So that could really lead the pathway here for Ulta, maybe to start breaking out over the next couple of quarters. And I'm not saying that's for sure going to happen, but if they actually hit on all cylinders here, they report great numbers, and we get an overall rally in the markets. Now, granted, if we get a depression in the markets, Ulta's not going to go up regardless of what the numbers are. But let's say markets cool off, this crazy selling cools off, we stabilize a little bit, Ulta starts knocking out these numbers. I think the stock's going to hit all-time highs, quite frankly. Call me crazy, but that's where I think this could be going. The next one here is Marvell, MRVL. Let's pull it up and see. They reported numbers today. They closed up 5.6%, right around $57 on the day. And now after the bell, look at that, guys. It is up $2, roughly 4.3%, and it was up 7% as it did hit almost $61 a share about 2 hours ago. So Marvell is ripping after the bell, guys, and we're noticing when it comes to their numbers, let's see here. There goes Siri. She scared the crap out of me, guys. Dang it, Siri. What did I say? Adjusted EPS, 52 cents versus 51 cents estimated, so they beat on that, and revenue, 1.45 versus 1.43. That beat as well, and that's billion, by the way, guys. So double beat for Marvell Technology, and let's see here, anything on guidance. Net revenue is expected to be 1.51 billion, plus or minus 3% for Q2. Okay, not bad. Let's see, anything else? I'm not really seeing anything else, but overall, they were profitable for the quarter. They beat EPS adjusted on an adjusted basis, and they ended up beating sales as well. Not too shabby. And when we look at the overall chart on the 4-hour, let's see here. Marvell, and let me actually clear this set because I haven't done that in months, clearly, because my analysis was for months ago. There we go. What we're noticing here is we are right by the 180 SMA resistance on this 4-hour time frame, and we're more towards the top of this channel. Do you guys see what I just drew out? We're more towards the top of the channel, so we might get selling pressure here, no joke. But if we are able to get bulls to bid this thing up above low 60s, mid 60s, that is where we could start seeing a reversal. But the truth is, the cold hard truth is, we're not there yet. So be careful with Marvell, ticker symbol MRVL. The next one here is Dollar Tree, which Dollar Tree and DG, both of these went ballistic today. And I feel like this is what set the tone for the markets today when we got Dollar Tree's numbers, Dollar General's numbers, and these were in the morning. So Dollar Tree ended up doing EPS of $2.37 versus $2 estimated. So they crushed EPS. And revenue came in at $6.9 billion versus $6.76 billion estimated. So nice double beat for Dollar Tree, and they also raised full year 22 EPS, and they raised their sales guidance, and they see full year 22 same-store sales up mid-single digits. So these are good numbers that Dollar Tree is reporting. And when it comes to their shoppers, something interesting in terms of what they're buying, and it kind of makes sense when you think about it, right, guys? Shoppers are still coming into stores, obviously, but they're buying different items. Food is a bigger part of baskets and drove sales for Dollar Tree, or Dollar General and Dollar Tree in the first quarter. So that's big. They're getting a lot more food volume there. And a year ago, consumers had extra dollars from stimmy checks and from child tax credits that they were buying, discretionary purchases, impulse items, and things that you don't really need at the end of the day, which makes sense considering the average American is a heavy consumer. That's kind of the culture here. People need to go buy. And when you have an influx of extra cash, stimmy checks, tax credits, whatever, you're going to take that money for the most part. Obviously, there's people that are going to go gamble on Robinhood or buy stocks or put money to good use. Well, I guess gambling on Robinhood is not good use, but there's people that are going to do good with the money, but there's also people that are going to go impulse buy and buy a bunch of crap. And I'm not judging you. I'm not telling you, oh, that's bad, this is good. You can do whatever you want at the end of the day. Ugh, I'm choking on the camera, guys. Jesus. And I'm not editing this video, but that's embarrassing. Oh, Jesus, guys. You can do whatever you want at the end of the day, as I'm choking on the camera here. And it doesn't matter. If you own your money, if you earn your money, rather, it's your money. You can do whatever. But at the end of the day, right now, people are buying more essentials rather than, impulse buys, which makes sense. And that's another sign that inflation is kicking us, right? Kicking the average consumer in the you-know-what. And, it's, people are, clearly maybe preparing for a recession. We're in a recession, personally, I believe, so people are coming back on spending. That is what we're noticing. So Dollar Tree's ripping like no other, up 21+%, which is great. And they're also trying to, obviously, preserve their margins because with inflation, that's going to cut into margins. So they're doing a lot of self-checkout. I was reading, I think they've implemented that into 8,000 new stores. They're, looking to optimize their inventory. If something's not selling, maybe not produce much of that or stock as much of that, things like that. So inflation, I mean, it's definitely going to hurt a lot of people, businesses, but a lot of these businesses, even though they might not succeed in doing so, some of them, they're fighting to beat inflation or mitigate inflation. So that's what Dollar Tree's doing. The stock is ripping like no other. Now it's back above the moving averages. Let's see if this continues. The next one here is DG, which is Dollar General. This one up 13% today. EPS came in at $2.41 versus $2.31 estimated, so they crushed EPS. Revenue $8.8 billion versus $8.7 billion, beat that, and they reiterated their full year EPS guidance, and same-store sales were only down 0.1% versus the down 1.2% estimate. So not too bad for Dollar General, guys, and this one is trying to break out of the 180 estimate. Now it's above the 50 estimate, whereas, again, Dollar Tree, it looked like it was above both moving averages. Yup, it is. So these two are ripping. Let's see if it continues, guys. And to wrap the video up, or before we wrap the video up, let's break down a couple of more. Look at Tesla now. It looks like this closed above the 50 estimate today, so it looks like we are bouncing off the bottom of this channel. Now, will this continue? I don't know. Time will tell, but we shall see. Now that, again, it closed above the 50, which is a good sign. Let's see if we can start making a move towards 800, 850, which is where the 180 moving average is. And Apple's in the same category, or in the same predicament, right? Look at this. Apple closed 2.3% to the upside, and if it breaks 145, like I've mentioned in my videos before, guys, right? If this breaks 145, we could start making a move towards the mid-150s, right by the 180 SMA here, right towards the top of the channel. That's where I think Apple could be going. Same with Tesla. These charts look very freaking similar, Tesla and Apple. And we could talk all day. I mean, look, Square went up 7%. AMD is fighting to get back over 100, and I think if we do crack 100, 105, 110 on AMD, that is where this could really start gaining some steam. We had Facebook go up 4%, which all you guys in my Patreon know I picked up more Facebook at 176 just 3 days ago. So this is one that I ended up nailing the bottom on, not to toot my own horn and not to say and make it seem like that happens all the time. But in this case, I did pick up 176 shares, and if it does get back under that point, which is totally possible, I will be buying more. And yeah, I mean, it was just one of those days, guys. Very strong day out there in the market. So yeah, that's it for the video. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe, drop me a comment. Excuse me for all the hiccups, the choking on the video, all the water breaks. We had to do this in one take. No edits in this video. And if you want to get some free stocks, use that link down below. Get your 5 stocks from Moomoo and a chance at a free share of Twitter, depending on what you want to deposit. And you get free money regardless. Link down below. You could also get 6 stocks from Webull. Also link down below. Make sure to also join my Patreon. And with that being said, cheers, guys. I'll catch you all in the next video. Thanks for watching. As always, keep crushing the markets. Stay safe out there. Peace out.